It's time for the second full moon in August 2023, the fourth of these super moons. This one is on Wednesday, August 30th at about 9:35 in the evening, depending on exactly where you are. But this is the chart, and I wanted to show you this. Hi, everybody. Thomas Miller from the Fun Astrology Podcast. Really, this is kind of referring you to today and tomorrow's audio episodes because we cover this like a blanket. Today's audio episode talks about Saturn, for this from Saturn's perspective. And this is what we're hearing online, I think, quite a bit on social media and whatnot. Or people are saying, oh my God, Saturn and the full moon. Oh, we're all going. Look, this is not that bad, and we talk about it today on the audio podcast. We also put those audio podcasts as videos on YouTube if you'd like to catch that as well. You know, one of the things I did, I pulled an old book out that I haven't used in a while, but it's called the Astrology Bible. It has some green in it, so it's chroma keying through. But I opened up because I wanted to get just a fresh mental perspective on Saturn. And Judy Hall does such a great job in this book. You can find it online. I bought this in a little local spiritual bookshop. But look at what it says about Saturn, the way shower. Isn't that great? You know, there's this Christian song out now, Waymaker. Kind of the same thing. It shows us our path. And that's the beautiful, see, I think of Saturn as the ultimate loving father who has to sometimes be firm because the kids don't get it. I mean, what are we? In fact, go back to the Bible again. I don't know why I'm quoting the Bible here today, but we like sheep, right? We are thick-headed, stubborn, and stupid. So Saturn has to go bam to get our attention. That's when it gets the shadow side. And it does. It represents things like destruction and death and delay and decay, and it's black and it's odorous. And the Hellenistic astrologers, Saturn, you got to get away from it. But if we embrace that there's two sides of the coin, that was what I wanted to go check out in Judy's book. And she just had some beautiful descriptors. She talks about it being, well, for example, boundaries. Anybody need boundaries these days? And what about longevity? And what about structure? And what about a solid foundation? We cover all of that in the audio podcast, so I'm going to refer you to that. Mostly what I wanted you to catch was just the visual here and then listen to the audio today and tomorrow, because the sun shining brightly from Virgo is being reflected by the moon, and that's exactly what we're dealing with here. And as far as this whole stuff that you're hearing about all the chaos and death and destruction, I mean, that is certainly possible, especially for the mundane, for the asleep, for the sheep, because this has the symbolism of a wake-up call in it. But look, this is about the full moon, water, in a water sign ruled by watery Neptune in Pisces. So the ruler of Pisces is in Pisces, in retrograde. So we're bringing everything in to re-examine, reassess, revalue, replan, so that when we emerge from this, we come out stronger. Find where Pisces is in your chart, and that will show you where the activation is. For me, it's up here in the 10th house, so that indicates that I should be about something related to my career right now, and that's what I'll be meditating on over the next couple of days as I explore and let this energy sink in. But look, Saturn is an earth sign, and we're talking about also looking at the decanates and the dwads and everything, that this is very watery and it has an earth component as well. So that brings it in. This is not fire and air, which can be, right, flash, explosive. This is about deep introspection. Now, it could be about some deep pain. Yes, it absolutely could. But the two sides of the coin, are you looking at this from an awake perspective or from an asleep perspective? And that determines what kind of Saturn you get from this. So I wanted you to just catch the visual here. For the rest of this week, there are no exact aspects in the chart all the way through Sunday. The next two big astrological events are on Sunday and Monday. Venus comes out of retrograde on Sunday. Jupiter goes into retrograde on Monday. But we've got a little bit of time to absorb this. The energy will be strongest today, Tuesday, tomorrow, Wednesday, and then it will start to taper off into the weekend. And by the weekend, we'll be looking at those retrograde flip-flops of the two benefics. and we'll talk about that energy on Friday. All right? Hope you have a great rest of the week. We do a howl on the audio podcast. You can't have a full moon and not have a coyote howling at it, right? Well, I play Wile E. Coyote. You have to come to the audio podcast for it. It's the only place we do it. I'll see you over there. Have a great rest of the week.